Mamdani failing to mention ISIS earlier today, but he made sure to call out white supremacy. Watch.
This was a vile protest rooted in white supremacy entitled Stop the Islamic Takeover of New York City. I'm the first Muslim mayor of our city. Anti-Muslim bigotry is nothing new to me. Many of the counter-protesters met this display.
Bro, you're a guy that was trying to bomb everybody was Muslim. What are we talking about? Why are you talking about anti-Muslim stuff, Islamophobia kind of stuff? Anyway, guys, thank you for joining on Instagram. Glad to have you. We just went live, and we're gonna have a couple things we're gonna go through: U.S. and Iran politics. We're gonna talk about some things. We got some people asking about my hat, and apparently everyone loves Donald Trump. It's a brand new day. It's unbelievable. I love to see it. So it's really cool. I'm going to have to adjust the chat to make it subscriber only. There's so much love for Donald Trump that we have to limit the love. So we're going to turn it down. Obviously, guys, I'm being silly. People are talking shit about Trump and going off and all this kind of stuff. Their TDS is terminal. It's eaten through their brains. There's nothing they can do about it, and they're just lashing out as best they can. So it's okay. We give them a little bit of leeway so they can enjoy the remainder of their life with TDS. Hope you guys do all right with that.
Of bigotry peacefully, with a vision of a city that is welcoming to all. But a few did not. Two men, Amir Balat and Ibrahim Qayyumi, traveled from Pennsylvania and attempted to bring violence to New York City. They are suspected of coming here to commit an act of terrorism.
Zoran later putting out a statement that finally acknowledged ISIS, and it looks like the media bent over backwards to downplay the role of radical Islam. NBC's headline reads, two in custody after suspicious devices lit outside Gracie Mansion amid anti-Islam protest. And the New York Times first line on their story reads, at least one counter-protester threw a homemade bomb on Saturday during a violent clash with far-right protesters outside Gracie Mansion in Manhattan. Harold, I have some difficulty with this because it's bad enough when the mayor minimizes things. When he first said that it was a display of bigotry that was met peacefully. That's what he said at first, and could barely bring himself to admit that it was terrorism. But then you have the New York Times, our own city publication, the mainstream media, carrying water for the mayor and minimizing it as well. Is that a good strategy?
I don't know. I think that I watched Paul Morrow, and I don't mean to look. It's hard for me to get in other people's heads, and your take on him, Kennedy, could very well be exactly the right one. But my takeaways were a little different. I saw Paul, I think, on with you, Dana, earlier today, and he said, look, these moments, we should be thankful. And I know we all are. We have the best police force in combating terrorism in the country. They spare us and save lives every single day from efforts like this. I was glad the mayor came back out to say what he said, and I was equally impressed, if not more so, with Commissioner Tisch earlier. Two, I thought the most important thing that Paul said earlier was we have to be willing to step back, and even those inspectors and those in NYPD, and figure out what we're doing well and what we're not doing well. And I say we because we as New Yorkers have to understand that as the nation is on higher alert, in light of what we're faced with overseas and in light of our posture overseas, we're going to have to be even better than the best that we've been. I am so delighted also that the mayor, I give him another piece of credit. He praised those police officers who saved his life and perhaps saved he and his wife's life. And I only hope that this will cause him to rethink any cuts he may want to make in New York City Police Department, because we may be facing more of this than less over the next few weeks or months.
Yes, absolutely. I'm surprised he didn't ask for more.
Yeah, we're already seeing more of this ever since he's become the mayor of New York City, and it's only going to get worse, especially the Islam side of it is going to continue to grow, especially if you don't call out what they're doing and you minimize what the Islamists are doing, and you maximize what everyone else is doing. So this is literally right out of the UK playbook. This is what's happening in England right now, just like what Jennifer said, and this is what it is. So in England, Muslim people will commit crimes, and because all the leadership are Muslim and the actual now as of I think is October of last year, the person that's in charge of policing and national security for the entire country in UK is a Muslim woman. So when let me turn my mic down. When Muslim people commit crimes in England, they don't get prosecuted to the full extent of the law. They don't get the same treatment as white people or non-Muslims, because the Muslims that are leading that country don't want to make Islam look bad. They want to keep doing what they're doing and show good numbers. They want to show the numbers are improving and all that kind of stuff. And it's just a complete disaster in the UK. So that's what's happening in New York. New York is captured. New York is in big trouble, but let's keep listening.
Social workers to be there in order to act as his shield against these Islamists.
We saw this under Barack Obama when he would downplay radical Islamic terrorism, and then he would almost blame.
I got a question about Iran on Instagram. I have someone says, why did Trump say in his press conference today that he prefers someone from inside Iran to be the leader? Doesn't he see that many Iranians are calling for Reza Pahlavi? Now I'm really confused. Yes, that's a great point, and I understand your confusion. I don't know what Trump means. I can't read his mind, but I do know that Reza Pahlavi has said multiple times he doesn't want to be the leader. He wants to be a transitional figure. Now, I know that Iranians in Iran and outside of Iran, by majority, most Iranians in and out of Iran want him to be the leader. He said many times he doesn't want to be the leader. He wants to help the country transition into a democratic, I don't know, type of a government, like maybe constitutional republic or monarchy. One of those two, I think, are the top two that will be chosen. Now, you can still have the crown prince Reza Pahlavi go in there and set it all up and still be the crown prince, yet you still can have a leader running the country, very much like what England used to be. When we had the Queen of England, she wasn't running the country, but she was still the queen, right? So I think it's to be determined, but it's something along those lines. And someone here says, Atana Sabrina says, I think Trump cannot acknowledge Reza Pahlavi because people will say he is U.S. puppet, so Trump may be avoiding. That's another thing, is he may be avoiding saying it, and he doesn't want to come off as being Reza Pahlavi's buddy and like they planned it from the beginning for him to do that. So we don't know what the real deal is. We can speculate, but I do know that that we have a really good, wonderful Iran ahead of us. And it's not going to be what all the people on the left are saying, that it's going to be like Iraq and it's going to be like this and like that and Afghanistan. And they're comparing Iran to completely different countries. And these are people that don't know geopolitics very well. So it's not going to be those situations. And I have many people come to me and say, hey, aren't you afraid things could get worse as a result of what we've done? And it's like, well, I don't know. Are you aware of what life was like living, under that regime? Are you aware of the 40,000, 50,000 plus that got eliminated by the regime itself? People that got murdered by their own regime. So, and then of course, these are people that are just triggered by what CNN and MSNBC tell them to make them more worried and to put doubt into what Trump has done, not Netanyahu has done, and all that. And so, and then this person in the chat brings up another good point. Someone says, go tie with me, says, because Iranians are not Muslims. That's another big point. Iranians are not Muslims. First of all, you know what? I gotta make something very clear on this channel, because a lot of people don't understand this. I'm going to say something that you guys don't know, and you guys, a lot of people that I've been talking to, are thinking it's the opposite. So let me tell you, Iran, what percentage of the people in Iran do you think are Muslim? What percentage of the people in Iran do you think are Muslim? It's somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 20%. Yeah. If you guys have been following along with me, you guys know. So, yeah, you got 10 to 20% of the population is not Muslim, first of all. And second of all, they're very much Western. Iran, before all this happened and after this happens and it's all done, it's very Western. People that want to be more Western in their ideologies and their thinking. They're not trying to go to like 2,000 years ago Islam and, live some weird, Islamic Sharia law type of a life again. They've just been crushed by it for 50 years. Iran will be one of the first countries to openly reject Islam. So there's that. Kamal says, hi, Medi John. Would you mind if I send you a message later after your live? Sure. Go ahead, buddy. And then Sabrina says, the Muslim, I think, don't even want Muslim government. Absolutely. Absolutely. And about Nirvana, Sarah says 10% practicing Muslims, the rest don't practice any religion similar to the U.S. They actually reject it. Not only do they not practice Islam, they reject it. And then someone here says, bullshit, a simple Google search shows CIA says it's 98%. Thank you for doing this. This is fake. If you do a Google search and you want to, or any type of a search, and you want to search for the, let's say polling numbers of how many people in Iran are Muslim, well, guess what? If the government of Iran asks its own people if they're Muslim or not, guess what? Those people can't say they're not Muslim. They have to say they're Muslim. You can't live under Sharia law and not be Muslim. So whoever it is that thinks this is 98%, I heard this number earlier today. Someone at the gym told me 95%. It's not 95. It's not 98. It's way lower. It's like 10 to 20% max. 20% on the high side. On the highest high side, 20%. And that's like pushing it because still people are scared to say that they're not Muslim. You can't be in Iran and go take a poll and they ask you, are you Muslim? And you say, no. You can't do that. So that's why all of these numbers, I want to tell you all this stuff, it's absolutely not true. There's no actual government supplied or government run polling that would be accurate in any sense. Just like right now, what's happening, we got a video. I want to watch this. We got a video about the news talking about this school that got bombed and how they've already jumped through all these hoops to make Trump a bad guy for a school bombing, which if it's true that we did that, or it was somehow was some mistake that we made as a country, it's tragic, of course, but the hoops they go through to the energy they spend to find something to pin on Trump, I asked them in the comments of their own post, where was this energy and analysis and investigation when 40,000 people were being butchered by their own government? Where is that? What's up, man? What up, Random? Good to see you guys. Random, we got your girl Kennedy on here, bro. She was just on. She was looking good too. But that's the case, guys. So anyway, let me continue and we'll go from there.
Islamophobia for justifying it. You saw Benghazi. He blamed it on some dude on YouTube. And in a way, it kind of rhetorically justifies the terrorism. Oh, come on. You're responding to some haters. That's kind of when you read between the lines. And did that work? No. For 8 years, this country was riddled with a series of domestic terror attacks. Never went away. All over the world. And it wasn't until Donald Trump came on that attacked it directly, verbally, explicitly, and physically. He bombed the bejesus out of ISIS and then slapped a travel ban on. So we've now had 2 domestic terror attacks here since the war began. One attempted, one deadly. And the Democrats have defunded Homeland Security, which is completely irrational. And the right thing to do here is to praise the NYPD, because if those guys hadn't been there on the front lines, I mean, that would have been a disaster.
I agree.
God bless them.
I mean, they were attacking a Muslim mayor's house. And when they were asked by, the counter protesters were almost outnumbered by press there. And when he was being apprehended, one of the suspects, they said, "Why did you do this?" And he said, "ISIS." And the mayor has a hard time bringing himself to say that as if it's a mystery.
Well, it should be no surprise to anybody that the guy who called to globalize the Intifada thinks that the protest was the problem in the first place. And,
A couple problems we have here. One is that Mamdani's downplaying the Muslims that are going nuts. So he didn't call them out, but he made sure to call out the white people that were in the protest that may have done something they shouldn't do. So that's that double standard. The other thing is they want New York, as you know, Mayor Mamdani ran on the fact that he wants social workers to respond to some of these police calls instead of police. And then on top of that, he wants to defund police. So we're about to watch New York do a massive spiral down to the floor, bro. It's going to be sad to watch. It's already hard, not hard, but sad. It's already frustrating, to be honest, to watch. As much as you want people to be held accountable for the people they vote for, still it's like hard to watch. Someone says here, Sorush says, "I'm Iranian too. Ain't none of my friends and family in Iran Muslims anymore. My nephew, his classmates also despise Islam now." That's what it is, man. I can keep coming here and telling you guys, again, I'm American. I'm born here in California. I'm American of Iranian descent. My parents immigrated from Iran. They came here. I know lots of Iranians in Iran and outside of Iran. And because of what I do here on social media and everything else, I'm connected to a lot of Iranians in and outside of Iran. Okay, constant dark messages, getting videos and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, it's very clear that almost no Iranians are Muslim. I'm hard pressed as an Iranian American an American that's also Iranian. I'm hard pressed to find other Iranians that are Muslim. Imagine. If you guys think about it, do you have any friends that you know that are Persian who are also Muslim? It's pretty far and few in between. It really is.
I'm glad that the FBI is taking the lead on this, because
Yes.
would you want Alvin Bragg to be the one prosecuting these guys? Plus, they pulled up for me. I just had this.
Plain spoken, I don't know what you mean. He says, "So why do you care about Iran when you're not an Iranian?" Well, I'm American and Iranian. I'm pretty much both. So,
This
There-
thought.
there you have it.
Apparently, in their questioning, they said that they wanted to be like the Boston Bombers. Well, guess what the media did with the Boston Bombers? Here's the cover of the Rolling Stone magazine. Think about that one guy. Like, he wants to look like him. His hair's like his.
what? Say it again. Miss Medication just came. She's over here saying, "What a dumb." She heard me. She goes, "What a dumb comment." Which
the
comment?
part where he goes, why do you care about Iran? Why wouldn't you care about Iran when they freaking killed that many people, and they have been for 47 years?
Great point.
There's literally no other country that has done that much to their own citizens. If you don't care, even if you're not Persian.
Great question. Why, even if I wasn't Iranian, it does. I mean, for all of you people that were running around saying "Free Palestine" till you lost your voices every weekend, you guys are not from Palestine. You guys don't even know where the Middle East is. If I gave you a map, you couldn't even point to the entire Middle East, probably.
And they didn't even kill
But
that many
and
people.
Iran's government killed way more people, and you're like, "Oh, why do you care?" Well, you guys are. I mean, that's just yeah. Are you gonna go put some clothes on so you can?
Today I cannot be on live because I'm so angry about all the stuff I saw today.
Okay, Miss Medication's gonna go nuts if she comes on live,
Yeah,
so
but
she's gonna
Thursday I'm
refrain.
gonna come on live after
How does Iran make America first? WTF? Does that even mean Iran helping Iran? Yeah. Well, we're getting rid of the bro. If you guys are not aware of this, Iran is the one that's been funding and establishing and providing resources to all the terrorism around the world. All the people that are killing Americans and doing all this harm to America and Israel and all other Western societies, guess who that is? The Islamic Republic of Iran. The government of Iran is the cash cow, is the sugar mama, is the ATM for all of these terrorist groups. When they're gone, they're gone. You know what I'm saying? So that's one piece of it. But there's a lot that goes into this. And so, and another thing is, we are doing America first. We're doing a lot over here in America, right on our own soil. And guess what? We can walk and chew gum at the same time. So there you have it. And we're going to continue.
They want the glory, not only apparently from Allah, but also from the media. And unfortunately, they're too often likely to get it. The original protest. I don't care about Jack Lang. He might be a lunatic, but you don't get blown up because you have controversial views. And there was only one side in this protest that got violent, and it wasn't Jack Lang.
And it wasn't just violence. It wasn't, and that's what the mayor was trying to say. Like, you know, there were threats and there was some violence, and it was murder. It was intended murder, and that's what terrorism is. And these guys are going to be pretty severely charged.
Is it Islamophobic to wonder or suggest that Islam is not as welcoming to other religions as religions are to them? It's just, I just wonder, because I never hear this equation in reverse. I'm glad that the cops might have saved the mayor's wife's life. It's going to make it hard for her to like the ISIS post, though. That's going to be tough for her. You know, Zoran is a
I just realized, Bill, you're on the other side.
naturalized
Jennifer's right. Come to this side, bro. Come to the other chat. Bill, you're on the other chat, bro. Good to have you, man. But cross over if you want to. Okay, so all right, cool. And by the way, if you're on Instagram and you want like a more lively chat, feel free to hop over to YouTube, where I have two streams on YouTube. There's one that's the vertical stream. That one we have most of the people right now. We got about 600 people in here talking.
immigrant, and many of these violent, hateful people are the same. I don't think that this idealized nation of immigrants that we talk about means anything unless there's a common denominator. We've forfeited the expectation of assimilation. We no longer even, we don't, it's not.
Tommy says, here's a live chat from Tommy. Says, not a Jew hater, but Israel somehow owns our government. Well, I think that was true a little while back. I don't think it's exactly true now. I think Qatar and some of these other countries are outspending Israel right now. But I would say that that you can say they're outspending, but owns the government. I don't think that's true. I think we've mixed things up quite a bit lately, and it's not exactly owning our government in that sense. And if you think so, feel free to explain yourself.
It's not like we don't even demand it. We don't even expect it. And we're too scared to reject their anti-American positions, all for the sake of appearing tolerant. This is what you get, suicidal empathy. We extend our hand. They want.
I'm trying to see it. Heather, I think it's Heather Cat. Is it Hither Cat? What you were saying? Wow, you didn't know that Qatar and these? Did you guys know Qatar is the number one funder, or non-domestic is our number one funder of our higher education? Did you know that? That's a Muslim country that is outfunding everybody, giving money to all of our universities in our country. You can look that up yourself on your own chat GPT if you want right now.
Want to chop it off. There's a vibe shift going on over the last 20 years. When you see the media covering for terrorists, that's different than, say, 2006 6. When the mayor leads with Islamophobia after a terrorist attack, that's interesting. Neglecting that this so-called Islamophobia actually is arising from Americaphobia. They don't like the West. And this is a public and brazen persona. We see it, and we're not allowed to do anything. But what drives me nuts, and forgive me if this is just my opinion. I don't want this to happen. But what drives me, yes, I do. Do I? I don't know. Anyway, what drives me nuts is we can decapitate Iran, kill their leader, and we can't rub out 2 parasites on the street who just tried to kill a bunch of people. I mean,
I have Ideen in Instagram says Qatar and China each donate more to politicians, media, and universities. Interesting.
I have the feeling that you could have just shot them dead there. You don't know if they have another bomb on them. But what's going on in the cops' minds? If I shoot this guy, I'll get in trouble. The only reason why these guys lived and nobody died is because their fallibility. Their bombs didn't go off. 20 years ago, they would have been shot dead. And that might actually save more lives by sending a message that we will shoot you on sight. Instead, however, everybody's going like, I can't do that because that'll be brazen. Me just saying that is brazen Islamophobia. Well, call me an Islamophobic if I want 2 terrorists. ISIS-inspired means ISIS, period. They should be dead.
You didn't mean that Islam was not welcoming of other faiths. It is. The text affirms that I'm Christian. This is why I want to make sure.
Monotheistic faith, but not polytheistic.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure you didn't. That's not what you were saying.
Says it. I don't think.
Yeah, I think
there's a lot of.
Let's take a look. Paris says, as Iranians, we are not Muslim. Our religion is not Islam. I never want to have anything to do with Islam. She is sharing the sentiment of many, if not all Iranians. I want to say almost all Iranians. There's very few Iranians that I come across as a person that's very, I'm Iranian as well. There's very few Iranians that I come across that say they're Muslim or that are down with Islam or that want Islam in their life or around them or near them. We've been terrorized by Islam, and it's been a tyrannical government that has destroyed many Iranian people's lives in and outside of Iran. So it's a wild thing. As I said, it's going to be one of the first countries to openly reject Islam.
I think there are many who fall short of the text.
Let me be very clear. I'm a Christian. The Christian text has a lot of things. A lot of Christians fall short. So I just want you. I don't want you. You shouldn't be. You didn't mean what because you were saying Islam may not be welcoming.
I mean everything that I say, Harold. I mean everything. Look. If I've been around on this country since 2001. I've seen a lot of people bend over backwards to say that this is a religion of peace, and for the large part, I agree with it. But you don't need a lot.
Beautiful Bill says, hey, Medi, look up Elika Laban on Piers Morgan interview. Fire. Unbelievable interview. That was a phenomenal one. I'll pull it up. I'll be happy to. That's a good one.
You don't need a lot of people. Of course, all practitioners of Islam are not terrorists, but certainly an overwhelming amount of terrorists are Muslim. So we have to live with that. That's a reality. And if we run from that reality, we will never figure this out.
Hey, Greg, it's mostly peaceful terrorism.
Yeah, that was a mostly peaceful bomb. It didn't go off.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to...
I want to put on one video from my Instagram. I think I saved it here, guys. This is my Instagram. I just got to find my... Let's see here. All right. Now, let's look at this. These are some of the things I saved. Check this out. Let me put it on one more time. Here we go.
The rest of the media are so desperate to make Donald Trump look bad that they will run with just about anything to do it, to accomplish that. And they finally have it, or they had it. The New York Times writing that Iran says dozens of people were killed in strikes on a school. And the New York Times ran with that story about a Tomahawk missile that allegedly, reportedly hit a school during a U.S. airstrike, which, if that's true, that's tragic, but it's not the whole story. Reuters, same thing, exclusive. U.S. investigation points to likely U.S. responsibility in Iran's school strike. Again, if that's true, it is tragic. CNN also running with the story.
Nearly 1 week after a strike killed scores of students in Iran's Minab, it seems more and more likely that the US was responsible. A new satellite image shows an Iranian Revolutionary Guards base and an elementary school in southern Iran. Here you see craters in several of the buildings, including the school. They were hit in their exact centers, suggesting precision strikes, experts say. A wall separates the school and the base. Satellite images from December show dozens of people in what appears to be a handball court at the school. Reuters now reports that US military investigators believe
CNN writing on their website, analysis suggests the U.S. responsible for the deadly strike on an Iranian elementary school and the strike already has its own Wikipedia page. My goodness, they were eager to get this up there. It claims that the attack killed 180 people. Most of them were school children, most of them girls. And they cite the Iranian media as their source. Did you catch that?
Did you guys get that? CNN has a whole Wikipedia page on the school that was bombed in Iran, and they use the state-sponsored media of Iran, their own Islamic regime media, as the source. That's what's happening. Imagine. And my comment on CNN's post is this: where was all this energy for all this investigation and analysis when Iran was mowing down thousands upon tens of thousands of its own unarmed citizens? Where was this analysis? All of a sudden, CNN has all this time and resource and everything to do this full-blown analysis and investigation when they think they can pin something on Trump when they got Trump. Where the hell was this energy for the Iranian people that were getting mowed down? It's not until you think you got Trump on something when you start, the hoops come out, you start jumping through hoops, hurdles and hoops. Crazy, bro. These people are insane. Nurse, I got the nurse Terry, not Linda, Terry. I got the vertical up. It's going good right now. And then there's another one that I want to pull up, guys. So there's another video. I'm not sure if this is going to be exactly the right spot of the video, but this is what Bill was saying.
Hey guys, I'm out here in Brooklyn, New York, and you have to watch this clip of Alika Laban on Piers Morgan absolutely destroying Dave Smith on Iran. Take a look.
The only people who want this war are Israel and the Israel lobby, essentially.
That's not true.
Alika, I can see you frowning there, Alika. What's your response to Dave Smith?
First of all, the idea that Israel wants this war and therefore that negates everything else in the universe just proves that this anti-Zionist ideology makes Israel the sun around which they orbit. And when they orbit Israel like the sun, nothing else exists to them anymore. It is perfectly possible.
You guys catching this? This is big. She's saying right now what's happened, and it's true. Muslims, the Islamic regime, Qatar, and all the Muslim countries and the Muslim, basically sugar daddies and the Muslim ATM is paying money out to make people hate Jews and making the world revolve around Jews. The sun, the Jews are the sun. That's what she's saying. Basically, these people can't even think without going to, oh, it's Jews' fault. That's why when I come on the stream, everyone tells me I'm paid by Israel. What's up, Ange? Good to see you. Yeah, watch this. Let's go again, and so you can hear what she's saying.
That Israel wants this war.
What's your response to Dave Smith?
First of all, the idea that Israel wants this war and therefore that negates everything else in the universe just proves that this anti-Zionist ideology makes Israel the sun around which they orbit. And when they orbit Israel like the sun, nothing else exists to them anymore. It is perfectly possible for multiple people to align in a shared goal. Of course, Israel wants this war. Why would Israel not want to take out a regime that has been terrorizing them through their proxies, not just for the past 2 years, but for the past decades? Of course, it is in Israel's interest, as it should be, because why wouldn't you want a terrorist state that has an eschatological vision of eliminating you for justice to arrive on earth to be eliminated, okay? Yes, we all understand it is Israel's goal, and good for them that it's their goal, okay? Second of all, the Iranian people also have their own sovereignty, their own national interests in mind, and those are aligned goals. Now, it isn't just the Iranian people. It isn't just the Israeli people. If you do not eliminate the Islamic regime, you end up in a forever war that ultimately implicates the US. And so if you don't want war, you take out this regime. You said you could do diplomacy with the regime all of these years. You tried to do the JCPOA. You tried to do this Obama-style diplomacy. And then what happened down the line? Their proxies just kept getting stronger. They continued to do their attacks all over the Middle East. They did October 7th. And what happened when October 7th happened was that Israel had to go to war with Hamas. And guess what? The US had to be implicated to defend its ally. So if you don't want a forever war, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever, you have to eliminate the source of the forever war. You have to eliminate the people. You have to eliminate the people who make war inevitable. Israel has only ever responded to the acts of the regime and its proxies. And to go even further, it was actually very popular at the time to say no to war with Germany, to say no to war with the Nazis. But guess what? All of those deaths that ensued, those were deaths that were made inevitable by the Nazis because they were relentless. You had the peace for our time, the Munich Agreement, where everyone was like, finally, we're going to have peace. Then they invaded Poland. And you can see these people who are ideological extremists will always inevitably pull the entire world into war. So if you are anti-war, fantastic. Let's eliminate this regime so there's no more wars and no more.
So you guys getting all that? And I got someone that disagrees with me, agreed with me at first and then disagreed with me. To the person that said they just subscribed and they love the channel, thank you. Love you too. Glad you found a new home and glad to have you. Go Tie with me says, but there's a major, okay, so this person said that you don't agree. Okay, brother, that's where I got to stop and stop you. Absolutely not. People don't like them because of the way they are. You're talking about Jews, I'm assuming. And then you're also saying, but there's major nuance to that comment. The ones that follow the Torah strictly are good. No, I think there's of course, there's going to be people that don't like Jews or people that don't like Christians or people that don't like Muslims. And there is that, okay? There's always going to be people that don't like something, whatever. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying right now it's blown up into this whole thing where Muslims went on a huge campaign funding this left ideology to hate Jews even more. And it's seeped into the right as well. And it's very prevalent right now. So Jews are being hated in every which way. I'm not Jewish. I'm not Muslim. I'm not any of these religions or any religion. And but I can wholeheartedly say that the Jew hate that I've seen go on around me and everywhere, all over the world, is more than it's ever been. And it's not like, Jews went and did something crazy because of to earn that hate. No, it's this Muslim propaganda. Muslims learn they can't win they can't create they can't do like their world domination and make everyone in the world Muslim through wars and terrorism only. They learn that their money is better spent by trying to coerce people and manipulate people into liking Islam and to hating Jews. So they first got them to hate Jews, and then they're now trying to make them Islamified. So they learn their money goes a long way if they spend money on, instead of buying and creating weapons, they just infiltrate schools and everything else. So that's what's happened, and it's okay. It's obviously totally fine. You're welcome to hate Jewish people. You're welcome to hate whatever. But if we're being driven to hate people because of Islam, and Islam's trying to win us over and try to Islamify the world, not having that. That is not going down. We're not going to do that. Not even down. Not even for a little bit.
And a massive wave. After being shrouded in the Iranian capital has seen better days. After being shrouded in a cloud of thick, toxic smoke Saturday, when 30 Iranian fuel depots were hit by the Israelis, it looked like the sky was on fire.
It's an absolutely apocalyptic scene here. We've just made it to the Shahran oil depot, which was attacked last night in a massive wave of airstrikes. We heard those going on for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, with massive.
First and foremost, I want to bring something to your guys' attention. If you don't notice it, take a look here. This guy that's reporting right now from inside Iran, Notice he's the only one inside Iran, and there's another CNN reporter that they're the only two reporters inside Iran reporting when nobody's doing it and nobody's allowed to, and it's a full war going on. And exactly, Paris is right. Ayatollah BBC. These people have agreements with the regime, the Islamic regime, to only put out media that is favorable to the Islamic regime.
Thuds and then explosions that we could hear, and you can see that thick black smoke through.
So that just furthers my point that you have mainstream media and you got everyone lock in step with Qatar and these Muslim powers that are trying to Islamify our world. And look, these guys are in bed with the Islamic regime, making sure to give them favorable reporting.
The entire city across all of Tehran. It's been raining this morning in Tehran. There was oil mixed into the rain, so this is definitely a massive incident that is still going on.
We've been at war for a little over a week, and Operation Epic Fury is taking a major toll on the enemy. Iranian missile and drone launches are down around 90%. In the beginning of the war, the regime was firing off well over 100 drones a day at their neighbor. Now, just 18 drones. And we're hitting their drone manufacturing hubs. Plus, their navy's almost non-existent. 51 Iranian ships are at the bottom of the Gulf.
In fact, I got a little upset with our people. I said, what quality of ship?
Surprise, surprise, Mr. Mohammed in the chat is backing up Islam and telling us how Israel's the problem. Surprise, surprise, guys. Let's respond to this nonsense. Mohammed Isam 3651 says, since Israel established wars, let me read it better. Since Israel established wars started in the Middle East, facts cannot be changed. You cannot change a person's ideology, be Muslim, and it will die for it. Israel is demon. Well, facts are facts, and if you like facts, then we'll talk about facts. Ever since Palestinians were offered their own country, they have done nothing but fight anyone and everyone around them and terrorize them because they wanted more than what they were given. Ever since Palestinians were offered a country. Ever since the beginning. And they haven't stopped. They were nice. Everyone was nice enough to say, bro, here, go ahead and have your own country. But guess what? The Palestinians, they couldn't even get along with each other. Palestinians couldn't even get along with themselves. What'd they do? They created a terrorist state. And to this day, they're terrorizing people. It's insane. That's the fact. You want to know Muhammad? There you go, bro. There you go.
Excellent, sir. Top of the line. I said, why did we just capture the ship? We could have used it. Why did we sink them? They said, it's more fun to sink them. I said, they like sinking them better. They say it's safer to sink them.
Secretary of War Pete
Hegseth. You gotta love the Great White Hope, Mr. President Donald Trump.
The Great White Hope.
The one and only, guys. Holy cow. It's been a while. I gotta use more of these buttons. Where's Mohammed? Mohammed, you're a beta, bro.
Beta male.
Beta male.
Beta male.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Hegseth says it could get so much worse.
What was the Iranian Navy is largely no more. There'll be more boats to be sunk, for sure. So their ability to project any power in that area in a naval sense is diminishing. Diminishing and will be increasingly diminished. Again, what I want your viewers to understand is this is only just the beginning.
The mullahs are battered and scattered, and
the mullahs are battered and scattered, and 999 Touraj says down with the Islamic regime on Instagram, and I agree, bro. Down with the Islamic regime. They are going down. As much as you guys on the left and you liberals don't want to see Donald Trump win, and you don't want to see more people that are going to like Donald Trump and that are going to like Jews, the Iranian people, They're winning. They're becoming free. They're getting liberated. The Islamic regime, on the other hand, that's been terrorizing them, they're getting wiped out. They're going bye-bye. Bye. Yeah. Yep. So that's how it goes, unfortunately. That's how it goes.
There's mass confusion in the ranks. Deputy commanders are fighting without receiving any orders and without any intelligence or radar.
Some idiot on Instagram says that your LMAO, your dumbass moderators muted me, but you really are brainwashed and can't think for themselves. Waste of bro. Do I gotta block you on Instagram too, bro? Come on now. Grow up, bro. Grow up. Grow up a little bit.
Officers are abandoning their posts. Others are promising to fight to the very end. But Trump says the goal is unconditional surrender, and this is what it'll look like.
It's where they cry uncle, or when they can't fight any longer, there's nobody around to cry uncle.
The mother of all bombers had.
I love this, bro. Mohammed bin Sadim Medim says, did you saw the movie? Love it, bro. Oh God. Bro, look at the profile pic too. He thinks he's like, what is that? God, what is that video game that they have? He thinks he's that video game, bro. He says, did you saw the movie, The Lord of the Rings? America is Mordor and Israel are Sauron. I don't know, bro. I think you need to grow up a little bit. Thanks for playing, though.
Hasn't even joined the fight. The Bone Bomber, a B-52 capable of carrying 70,000 pounds of explosives, just waiting in a British airbase ready to take off. The president says there are targets in Iran that, if we hit them, it would be so devastating that it would take them years to rebuild. But we haven't hit them because we're waiting to see if they come to their senses.
But we can be clear with the American people that this is not a fair fight, and that's on purpose. Our capabilities are overwhelming compared to what Iran's are. It means
Did anybody expect otherwise? Like, did anybody go into this? Actually, there was a lot of people. A lot of people expected otherwise. A lot of people said, oh, no, this is going to be a 20 million year war, and it's not going to be what you think, and Iran's going to do this, and Iran's going to do that. And what's happened? Yeah, it didn't play out very well. We already destroyed them, bro. In like, first of all, in hours, we crippled them. In a couple of days, we destroyed everything they had that they were banking on. And now, in I would say a few more weeks, they'll be completely gone. They would have already imploded. The Islamic government would have already imploded, and they'd be gone. Let's see. Oh, we got more. Blake Blumen says, grow up. Do you not hear what you're saying, dude? Israel killed civilians and kids with our tax dollars, but that's okay with you, right? I don't know. That's not considered terroristic. How about you, bro? What did Israel do? I mean, what did Palestine do? Palestine went in there and decided they want to go mow down innocent Israelis. You want to do that and expect nothing to happen? If that's the case, bro, you're living in la la land, bro. That's why I told you need to grow up. You obviously, you probably grew up without a dad, or I don't know what it is, bro. But you need some work. Go become a real man, bro. You're a beta too, bro. You know what?
Beta male.
Beta male.
Beta male.
Oh, you know what? Actually, he gets the extra button. You're a Trump hater and you're a beta male.
You are a Trump hater.
No.
And you're a beta male.
You got it, bro. Oh, dude, check it out. Aquarium's is back. Aquarium's with a super chat, bro. Thank you, man. Says, you see, new Ayatollah is likely missing a leg after getting hit by an airstrike. Yeah, bro. I heard about that. He was apparently from Israeli news or whatever. I heard this a couple days ago. He said that, they bombed like this kind of bomb shelter that used to be his dad's that he was staying in. And he was not killed, but he was badly injured. So we'll see how that goes. Yep. And then Blake is back. He says, so when you kill a military in a certain country, it's fine to kill their people. I don't know what you're talking about. It's fine to kill it. No. Yeah, you're confused, bro. You're trying to make terrorists in Palestine the same as everybody else, and it's not. Those are crazy nut job terrorists, bro. So it is what it is. But you got some growing up to do. You can't go infiltrate a country, go mow down innocent civilians, and expect them to sit there and go, you shouldn't have done that. Okay, fine. I guess you did it though, so we're not going to do anything back. But you did a bad thing, right? You do? Okay, cool. Now we're cool again. No, that's not how that works.
We're fighting to win. It means we set the terms. We'll know when they're not capable.
And that's what I think Israel should have done worse. They should have gone in, got the job done, just got rid of all the Hamas terrorist people, got rid of them, just completely took over the country. Because dude, if you invade my country and you do that to me, bro, it's over. I wouldn't have sat around.
Of fighting. There'll be a point where they'll have no choice but to do that. Whether they know it or not, they will be combat ineffective. They will surrender.
Now there's a new addition to America's Most Wanted.
Yeah,
the Ayatollah's son. They just named Khomeini Jr. the new supreme leader. He's a hardliner just like his dad, and he wants revenge. His whole family's been killed, and he doesn't feel like surrendering.
Do you have to take him out? Does he have a target on his back?
You mean the new supreme leader? You mean the son?
How can there be in Iran?
Well,
with another
I don't want to say that, but I was disappointed because we think it's going to lead to just more of the same problem for the country. So I was disappointed to see their choice.
Very diplomatic by the president, but in reality, the Israelis probably won't let little Ayatollah live much longer.
He won't be staying around much longer, bro. He's done ski. He's done ski, bro. What else we got? Shamin, hello. Good to have you. Toraj, thank you. Yeah, dude. I would have devastated. What do you call those people? Hamas, Palestinians. They're kind of a mishmash now. Palestinians are like super happy when Hamas goes and mows down innocent Israelis. So are they Hamas too? Hard to tell, bro. When the whole country is celebrating what just happened. So I don't know. That's a weird situation they got there. Most of the Palestinians that had brains left Palestine and went to Jordan. Did you guys know that 60%? This is crazy. It's a crazy number. Don't forget this. I'll let you use this against other people. This is true. 60% of the country of Jordan are Palestinian. Why? Because all the Palestinians that had brains that don't want to be part of this Hamas terrorist group, they left Palestine, so-called Palestine, and went to Jordan. 60% of the country of Jordan are Palestinians. They are, in my opinion, one vote away from renaming the country of Jordan to Palestine, which I think they should just do it. Rename the country of Jordan to Palestine. Your majority, 60% or more, are already Palestinian. Rename the country Palestine. Okay? Take all the Palestinians that are either Hamas and whatever they think they are, if they're Palestinians or Hamas or both or whatever that is. Take them and put them in Jordan. Let them deal with them. And give that so-called Palestine to Israel and call it a day. You give Palestinians a bigger country named Palestine, and you give Israel, a little more of that country, which they were going to have anyway, but they were just giving it to Israel. The Palestinians like, here, bro, you take it. We could take it from you, but here, you do something with it since you want it so bad. And the Palestinians couldn't even do that. They created a terrorist state, and they fought each other on their own land. Palestinians fought each other on their own land and then fought every other country around them. That's why, did you guys know that Palestine is also has borders up against with Egypt? Do you think Egypt allows Palestinians to cross that border? No, it's more blockaded than the Israeli border. Why? Why does Egypt have a stronger border with Palestinians and never allows any of them to cross than Israel does with Palestinians, because Palestinians terrorize everybody around them, including the poor Egyptians. So that's where we're at. Someone says they reopened the Rafah crossing recently. Okay. Someone says it's a 50% the way before. Once again, I don't know what you're talking about. Now this guy, a wild dude out and they're spitting out fake blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So you guys got it now. You guys understand where all this stuff is? Yeah, bro. That's what we should have done. To be quite honest, Jordan should just place a vote and say, dude, you know what? Let's name our country to Palestine. Get it over with. Get it over with, bro. Your country's already 60 to 70% Palestinian, because we know numbers are a little bit low on that. So anyway, bro, that's my little rant. You guys come out here with your Hamas bullshit and all this nonsense. You guys couldn't even point out Hamas. You guys couldn't even point out Palestine or Israel on a map. If I showed you a map, you probably couldn't even show me where the whole Middle East is. If I said, hey, dude, show me the Middle East, you probably have no idea where it is on a map.
Ayatollah Jr. has gone into hiding. They stashed him away deep in an Iranian cave. And before this, his dad, who was now dead, was really cocky.
They said we have the inalienable right to it.
Paris says, Medi, we call new guy Mushali Jr. Yes, I'm down, bro. Mushali Jr. I don't know. Does he deserve his own name even? Like, maybe we create a whole new name for him. Mushali it's going to be boring that we can't even use the name Mushali anymore. But what is that song called? Ruhi janazat miraksam hala hala. Dude. Magbar Khamenei. We could still say Magbar Khamenei.
Rich, they bragged about having 60% enriched fuel, enough for 11 bombs. They told me and Jared, we're not going to give you diplomatically what you couldn't take militarily. So, I think they're going to need a change of attitude.
The president also telling Fox that Iran had 1,200 missiles pointed right at their neighbors. This is what he said just moments ago. Listen.
They were going to take over the Middle East. If we did not hit them, they were going to take over the Middle East. They had thousands and thousands since their last hit. They had thousands and thousands of missiles and everything else. Most are now destroyed. And if it starts up again, they'll be hit even harder.
Now that their missile production capabilities are being demolished, the president says, don't expect this to be a forever war.
We took a little excursion because we felt we had to do that to get rid of some evil. And I think you'll see it's going to be a short-term excursion. How good is our military, right? Amazing. How good? Short-term. Short-term.
He was asked, how short?
Mr. President, on Iran, you called it an excursion. You said it would be over soon. Are you thinking this week it will be over?
No,
Are you talking
but soon.
about days?
I think soon.
Okay, and with respect
Very soon.
Eric says, Medi, can you find the Iran foreign minister and arrest that dirtbag guy? Just lies. I honestly don't want him arrested. I want him to still go online and still talk his nonsense. I really do, because it's entertaining to watch him go online and spew absolute garbage. Like, yeah, we're waiting for U.S. to come. We're prepared, and they thought they're gonna hurt us, but they didn't. And you see that they could not. And on the ground. Oh, we're very ready for U.S. to come and attack on the ground. It's like, okay, bro, here we go. Oh, dude. Mismedication. What's up? There you are. Thank you very much. She brought me some fruit, guys, because I need a little fruit, little this, that, and the other, something refreshing. Let's go. Let's keep going, guys. But, Medi, can you mute Iraq? Oh, Maud, can you mute Iraq? Who's Iraq? Yeah, dude, I hate that guy too, Eric. I hate him too, bro, but it's all good. What's up, Hugh? Yeah, dude, here. All right, let's go.
The Iranians are running out of cards. Their plan has been to hunker down and wage economic warfare on their neighbors. raising the costs to the alliance. They've been attacking oil
Oh, by
infrastructure.
the way, Tourage 999. Yeah, bro, I got you, man. I know. We need to learn from Poland, guys. Poland has all this stuff dialed in. They're really good. They got it done, bro. It's good. We can learn a lot from Poland. Thank you, bro. I saw that post. I saw that message. And Magbach Khamenei, he's gone, bro. Khamenei's gone. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you, guys. So good. So good.
And hit 3 tankers that closed down the strait, sent oil prices to $119 a barrel. They're trying to fracture the coalition and hurt the president's people back at the pump at home.
Yeah, they're destroying not only are they fracturing, the coalition, you got China, Russia, Iran, they were together. People say this, they have all these reasons for this war, and Trump is doing it just because of Israel, and Israel's doing it just because of this and that and all this stuff. And there's a lot of things happening. First and foremost, Islamic regime was the number one supplier to China for oil, the number one oil supplier to China. They were also supplying Russia with a lot of drones. They were developing drones for Russia and manufacturing and all kinds of other things. So we're cutting that. So not only did we get rid of oil refineries that were feeding these countries, but we also got rid of oil refineries that were the source of income for the Islamic regime, the actual people on the ground. So now we're breaking them up. Now we're getting rid of the payment, the income that they get for going to work. You get up and you go to work and you say, I'm with the Islamic regime and I'm going to do horrible things to people today. Well, you can, but now you're not getting paid. You know what I mean? So they're reducing that. They're getting rid of that. So now we'll have less government people going out there and trying to hurt their own people. And so now we'll have them deflecting and actually going against each other. And now they're going to start turning, basically they'll become on the side of the people against the regime. So that's happening. This war is ramping up quickly, and we're getting to a place where this regime is going to fall apart on the inside as well, not just from us bombing them and removing their stations and their locations and their places where they, do all the stuff that they do. Not only are we eliminating them as well, we're cutting them, we're removing their resources, and now they're going to be fighting each other, and then they're going to deflect and basically implode from the inside.
But over the weekend, Trump told the oil tankers to show some guts and start sailing. He promised to protect the strait with the U.S. Navy and U.S. insurance backstops. That loosened things up a little.
The plan is to get oil and natural gas and fertilizer and all the products from the Gulf flowing through the straits before too long. And I may break a little news here, but one large tanker has already gone through the straits with no issues at all.
Ships started crossing the strait. They've been shutting off their transponders to go through undetected. Remember, Iran's flying blind, so they can barely see the ships right off their coastline. The market opened down big, but then closed well up for the day. Crude oil dropping down to $85 a barrel.
Hans, that'll be crazy, bro. Hans is onto something. And so basically what we're doing right now to China, getting rid of their Venezuela oil supplies, getting rid of their Islamic Republic Iranian oil supplies, we are putting a lot of pressure on China and Russia. And Hans has a point. It could very well be that China starts doing some crazy things. They might start doing some crazy things, unexpected things, going against Russia, going against who knows who. Dude, Iran was their number one supplier of oil, and they were like their buddies. They were doing a lot for each other. You guys are going to see when Iran is done, is finally, done being the cash cow, done being the ATM machine, done being the evildoer for all of these, countries like China and Russia and all these other countries. When that's all over, all of that energy and resource and all that stuff from Iran is going to go for good things, and it's going to be a wonderful thing for everybody else in the whole world. Everybody in the world, not just the countries and their governments and this, for every human on the planet. It's going to be amazing, bro. When Iran is free and Iran is no longer the state sponsor of terror, every human on the planet is going to benefit from that majorly.
Trump's warning the regime remnants, don't touch the oil.
We're also focused on keeping energy and oil flowing to the world. And I will not allow a terrorist regime to hold the world hostage and attempt to stop the globe's oil supply. And if Iran does anything to do that, they'll get hit at a much, much harder level.
Iran needs the Strait open just as much as we do. Iran gets all their revenue from oil exports.
Yep.
When that strait's closed, they're not getting paid, and the country can't keep the lights on. Once the strait fully reopens and the U.S. Navy controls the traffic and Iran's missiles and drones are fully neutralized, oil is expected to drop down to $50 a barrel.
Someone that says that, someone says, F off if you think somehow we as Americans are obligated to defend Israel for all their BS. I have Miss Medication yelling. She overheard. They are our allies. And if you don't know how this works, when you have allies, when you have partners, when you have teammates, when you have people that are there for you through thick and thin, when you have agreements with countries and you say, you know what, I'm going to back you up no matter what, that's very important. So, first of all, we didn't do this war for Israel. So forget that. That's not even what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about countries having other countries' backs. This is a very important thing. Guess who did not have our back when we said, hey, bro, can you have our back? UK. England. England said, nope, no, we're good. We're not going to have your back. And we're going to remember that. I don't care if it's Keir Starmer or Meir Starmer or whoever it was, but UK not having America's back when we were die hard for each other, anything that we do, you're supposed to back us up. Anything that you do, we're supposed to back you up. And this was a big one. This was liberating a whole 90 million people from a government that was literally mowing them down. And you didn't want to be part of that and help us do that? Okay. You're not going to reap the benefits of it, and it's fine. It's very telling of your Muslim leadership in your country, by the way.
That starves Putin's war machine, and he'll be under pressure to sign a treaty with Ukraine. Putin sees the writing on the wall. He had a phone call with Trump today to talk about a truce. If Trump can end the Iran war and the Ukraine war, it's going to send prices on everything way down. And when his pick for Fed chair gets in this spring and cuts rates, and we get our record tax returns, and the market rallies, this country's really going to feel the boom.
Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News page.
Sit down. Except for you in the robe. Stand up. Good evening, everyone. So Iran just picked the former Supreme Leader's son to run the country. Funeral services are scheduled for Wednesday. Daylight savings time kicked in, and you can already tell spring is just around the corner. In fact, New Yorkers are beginning to urinate outdoors again. And earlier today on Broadway, I saw a hooker carrying a softball mitt. And over in D.C., the seasonal changes are in full flower as Rashida Tlaib's face is starting to shed its winter coat. But Sunday was both International Women's Day and daylight savings, causing many females to complain that they lost an hour of nagging. We love our women. Yesterday, during a speech, President Trump told Latin leaders, "I'm not learning your damn language." Yes. Joe Biden told the same thing to landscapers who maintain his grave. Jesse Jackson Jr. said Joe Biden clearly didn't know the real Jesse Jackson after Joe had spoken at his father's funeral. He was especially annoyed when Biden kept saying he loved the way Mr. Jackson would moonwalk. One of Jeffrey Epstein's prison guards Googled the sex predator minutes before he was found dead. She then tweeted, "Wow, I just met Hillary Clinton." I guess she killed him. Allegedly. Over the weekend, 2 suspected Muslim terrorists threw explosive devices at protesters near Gracie Mansion. Mayor Mamdani said they were just having a friendly throw bomb fight. Light up! And finally, a brain-invading worm spread by rats has hit California. A brain-invading worm? Well, at least one man is safe. But spread by rodents? Well, I guess this guy's ass isn't. I don't get it.
Statute of limitations on that?
I don't get that joke at all.
It sometimes sucks to see all these Hollywood actors and actresses that are like complete morons when it comes to politics, and you're like, dude, I used to enjoy watching your movies and shit. Now when I watch your videos, your movies, or anything you do, I gotta think of how dumb you are politically, and I can't. I ruined it.
All right, so the government just released more documents about the death of Jeffrey Epstein, and they inspire about as much trust as a 2001 urine test from Barry Bonds. According to these records,
sweet Min, at some point you got to share this database with us.
One of the prison guards responsible for watching Epstein actually Googled him minutes before his body was found. And that same guard had made a mysterious $5,000 cash deposit days earlier, one of several unexplained deposits flagged by the bank. Now, maybe it's perfectly normal for the person guarding the most famous inmate in America to be surfing the web for info on him. Maybe she was also Googling the thread count for prison sheets. I hear anything under 400 is rough on your hands. But also simultaneously making random cash deposits that equal about a month's take-home pay.
What's with all these people in the chat saying, why don't we make America great? We are making America great. We're making America great, and we're doing other things. Again, guys, Donald Trump can walk and chew gum at the same time. We're literally doing everything. We're doing all this stuff at home and abroad. It's amazing, guys, what a real, actual, solid president can do. I know, you're surprised. I know. It's okay.
That seems like a red flag, the kind that could easily end up tied around someone's neck. Even harder to believe, an inmate said while medics were trying to revive Epstein, he heard a woman say, if he's dead, we're going to have to cover it up.
We're not fighting for Israel, bro. You're captured. You're mentally captured. That's not why we're doing what we're doing. We're not fighting for Israel.
And he's going to have an alibi, my officers. Which sounds like something a villain would say to fill in the plot holes on Murder, She Wrote. But here's the real problem. By the time we get these revelations, what are we to believe? And that's not because we all suddenly became conspiracy theorists. No, it's because the original investigation into Epstein's death was handled like a middle school class project, where one kid goes through the motions while the rest eat glue. Let's recap. Epstein dies in 2019 while awaiting trial on federal sex.
Paris says, "Who is this bot? Sunny X7." I don't know, but that sounds like someone from that sounds like a Pakistani. What's your name? Sunny.
Trafficking charges. The official ruling suicide by hanging. But the circumstances around that are shakier than Mitch McConnell on a Segway. That's according to the court. The guards fell asleep. The required 30-minute cell checks didn't happen. The surveillance cameras mysteriously malfunctioned. And the guards later admitted they falsified records saying they checked on him. All that's missing is, sorry, teacher, my dog ate the prisoner. That is not an investigation. That's the plot of Police Academy 10 Special Ed Division.
Paris, by the way, you're in the other chat. Paris, if you want, you can go. I have 2 videos on YouTube right now, live stream. I have this one that you're in that's a horizontal. There's another one that's a vertical. There's like 900 people in the other one. There's 3 in the one that you're in. There's like 900 people in the other one, and there's a lot of people chatting. So you might like that more.
That's the tragedy. When authorities botch the early stages of a case this badly, everything afterward gets dumped into the same bucket. Real evidence, weak evidence, internet rumors, cover-ups, Bill Clinton's nipple clamps. It all looks the same because nothing can be reliable.
Bill Clinton's nipple clamps.
Think about it. Even the most basic questions about Epstein still exist, like where did all his money actually come from? This guy went from high school math teacher to globe-trotting financier with private jets, an island, a black book that looked like Oprah's Christmas card list. And the explanation we got? Well, you know, he managed money for rich people. Oh, well, that clears everything up. Turns out he's E.F. Hutton. Or EFF Hutton. But that's the thing about half-answered questions. They don't disappear. They fester. They multiply, like Elon Musk at a beauty pageant. So now when new revelations drop, people don't say, holy crap. They either shrug or assume the entire government is run by the Illuminati, Bigfoot, and the Loch Ness Monster. Because when institutions leave giant holes in the story, the internet fills them. If investigators had done their job properly from the start, secured the evidence, explained the timeline, answered the obvious questions, then we could evaluate new info like adults. Instead, we're stuck in a reality where every new fact gets treated with suspicion. It's like a fan letter addressed to Jesse Waters. We just assume it's fake. You lose public trust, which means that years later, the biggest mystery isn't just what happened in that cell. It's why the people responsible for uncovering the truth didn't try that hard. But then again, maybe that was the whole idea to begin with.
There she is. Paris is in our chat now. In the other chat, you can see, yeah, this one's much more lively. And to you guys that are on Instagram, again, if you want a more lively chat, there's like 800 people in the YouTube chat right now. So you can jump on there as well. So let's move on. Let's keep going. We already went through a couple of these. And I'm going to go through some Instagram stuff real quick. I want to just go through some of the things that I pulled out and so that we can look at these and enjoy these for a moment, and then we'll keep moving. Let's see. Can you guys even see this on your screen? I don't think you can. Let me make this bigger. There you go. This is not bad. I mean, you have to read it, but it's okay. We'll keep going. Let's see. What did Trump say here? Let me hit this volume.
No, I don't want to brag, but, you know, they've said this about a lot of things. No other president could do some of this shit I'm doing. No other president.
I love that. He just says straight up, no other president can do this shit that I'm doing. Let's listen to that one more time. He is the great white hope, guys. Let's listen to one.
The great white hope. The great white hope.
Let's go. That's right, Paris. Where do we go? Here we go.
No, I don't want to brag, but, you know, they've said this about a lot of things. No other president could do some of this shit I'm doing. No other president.
He really
the
is.
Things I'm doing, nobody else was going to do it.
Yep.
They say it all the time. Sir, could you do this? You're the only one can do it. No, I don't want to brag.
I love it. He really, he's true. No president has done the shit that he does. Nobody. No president had the guts to go in there and do what he did in Iran. And that's why he is the great white hope.
The great white hope. The great white hope.
That's right. That's right. Let's keep going. Look at this idiot over here. This guy, Lewis Hamilton, he's the #1 driver for F1. And he said this kind of dumb shit. The rest of the world takes so much from Africa and no one talks about it. I really hope Africans kick Europeans out and take back what belongs to them. What are your thoughts on what he just said? Look at what this guy said. Look at this for a second and just think about it. I'm curious, what do you guys think about this? Because I'm about to go off on it. So you guys let me know what you think, and then I'll tell you what I think. And I'm going to read it again. The Yeah, Mr. Hamilton lost big time. We lost respect for Hamilton. He was doing good as an F1 driver, the best of the best, amazing. Didn't have to do anything, just like all those Hollywood movie stars that decide to open their mouth about politics, and then we're like, oh man, I used to watch your movies and now I can't because all I think is about your dumbass perspective on politics. Now we got another one. Look at Lewis Hamilton. Just because he's half black or something, he came out and said, the rest of the world takes so much from Africa and no one talks about it. Let's break that down. So wait a minute. We are taking from Africa? That's what's happening right now? We are taking from Africa. And the only thing we're taking from Africa right now are idiots like Ilhan Omar. There's South Africa, which, there's some things that come out of South Africa. But for the most part, I mean, you want to lump in some of these Egypts and stuff in there. Okay, we can. But to be honest with you, we have Ilhan Omar telling us that our country is bad, our country is backwards, that we need to go after white people. That's what we got from Africa. That's not a very great thing for us. Actually, it's pure garbage. This Ilhan Omar, we all wish we could send her back, and all the Somalians that defrauded our taxpayers out of billions of dollars. Thank you very much for giving that to us from Africa, but we'd be happy to give that right back to you. First and foremost. And then, says here, I really hope Africans kick Europeans and take back what belongs to them. You do realize that Europeans going to Africa was one of the best things that ever happened for Africa, ever in the history of Africa? You do realize that, right? And then now you're saying you want to kick Europeans out of Africa, the people that came and showed everyone in Africa what new technologies are, what ways are to filter their water, what ways are to make electricity, what ways are to make transportation, all of those different things and many other things about how to refrigerate their food so they can have food longer, how they can cook their food. I mean, right? So, and then let's see. Todd here says, how overthrow the government and enslave their people? Oh, I think you're having a different argument. Aquarium says, worst thing. Aquarium says here, where is it? Worst thing that ever happened to Africa was the Arabs going to Africa. That is actually probably the worst thing ever. Yeah, that's probably the worst thing that's ever happened. Hans says, farms in South Africa fall apart when the Europeans leave. The country is trash now. That's 100% true. South Africa decided they want to kick out whiteys. And when they did, everything fell apart. Just like when we gave Palestine their own country, it just turned into trash. They fought each other, and then they created a terrorist state and then terrorized everyone. So that's Hamilton. So we're going to go past Hamilton. Again, guys, this is my Instagram, things that I saved on my Instagram. I'm going to try to figure out what, we got to say hello here to Mr. Sergeant Benjamin Pennington, a Kentucky native with the 1st Space Battalion. Let me make sure it's good on my screen here and you guys can see his face. Yeah, you can't see his face there. Here he is. There he is. This guy, guys, is Sergeant Benjamin Pennington, a Kentucky native with the 1st Space Battalion, has been confirmed as the 7th American killed in Operation Epic Fury. Pennington died a week after an Iranian strike on a Saudi air base. He served in the 1st Space Battalion out of Fort Carson Rest in peace, Patriot. It's the ultimate sacrifice, man. Thank you so much. Heart goes out to you, your family, and all your loved ones. Sorry, bro. That shouldn't have happened, man. That's fucking horrible. Sorry, bro. Sorry. That's horrible. All right, let's keep going to, I think this is who someone was saying they can't stand this guy anymore. Or no, this is a different guy. Let's play this guy.
Seek a ceasefire? Is your side seeking, or will you seek a ceasefire with the United States at this point in time, and with Israel?
I don't see any room for diplomacy anymore, because Donald Trump has been deceiving others and not keeping with his promises.
How does...
Again, guys, it's the same guy that we saw from CNN that was in Iran. There's only two people reporting in Iran. They're both from CNN, and they're both have agreements with the government, the Islamic government, to report things that are to the benefit of the government. So CNN is in bed with Islamic terrorists.
All of this end then? If you say right now there's no room for negotiation, President Trump says he wants complete surrender. What does that lead to?
There's no room unless the economic pressure would be built up to the extent that other countries would intervene to guarantee this termination of aggression of Americans and Israelis against Iran.
Iran has a new supreme leader. What does that mean for your military effort and the conference?
This Ace King in the chat said, in Islam, they encourage people not to read the Quran and to just believe the clerics. Yes, I believe that. I believe that. And I also believe that they try not to, I think they don't teach the kids how to read on purpose. And they just brainwash them into hating Jews and giving up their lives to go after and kill Jews. I think that's what's happening. I think that's what's happening. And it's sad, but this is what you call Palestinians, Palestinians in Palestine, have been injured. Well, is it because they're they've been turned into terrorists and they're trying to go out there and do their whatever, Islamify the whole world, starting with the Jews? Could it be that?
With the United States and Israel.
That means the system is quite functioning.
The United States says it's drastically degraded the Iranian military, the capabilities as far as missiles is concerned, drones is concerned.
I love this. Atan Sabrina says, I didn't vote for Trump, but I have written emails thanking him and that I support him rescuing Iranian protesters. This is why the left doesn't want what's happening with Iran. Because they know, first of all, if Donald Trump wants to do it, they don't want to do it. It's an automatic Trump derangement syndrome reaction. Trump says, I like this. They say, we hate this. Trump says, I want us to go there. They say, the last thing we should ever do is go there. That's how it goes. So they're mad because Trump is doing something good for humanity and for Iranians, and Iranians will be forever grateful. And the left hates that.
And how much longer can you do this?
That is one of the false narratives that the United States government is producing.
Sorry to keep pausing it, but I got people doing live chats, and you guys know me. I love talking to you guys. That's my favorite part of doing this. You guys know I don't make money off of this, at least right as of now. I don't really make that much at all, little peanuts. But my favorite part is talking to you guys in the chat. And Lost Man says, you have no idea about a thing happening. Where is it at? You have no idea about a thing happening in the Middle East. Either you're that dumb or you're just part of the paid propaganda. I'm not paid. As I said, I wish I was paid. I'd love to be paid. I'm not allergic to money. I'll be happy to get paid. But you said a bunch of words without actually saying anything. So if you have some specific point that you're talking about where I was wrong or that I don't know or that I'm paid and I'm propaganda, feel free to explain yourself. Oh, here we go. He says, Iranians are gonna kick your ass now and you're pedo leader. Here we go, bro. Losers listening to losers, losers leading losers. That's what we got, bro. That's what this is. Lost Man. Lost Man, congratulations. You are the beta of the day.
Beta.
Beta male.
Beta male.
And we're going to say, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
And Satan is your daddy, woman.
Satan is your daddy, woman.
This is the world is watching you, moron. You're the moron, and you're a Trump hater, and you are a beta male.
You are a Trump hater, and you're a beta male.
Oh, bro.
Iranian military is
So
quite
good.
strong, as you see, because they have the motivation, they have the arms that they need.
This guy's going to make us fall asleep, bro. Jesus, this guy's nuts. So this guy is the IRGC guy, Islamic Republic, one of the top guys over there trying to tell us that you better not come because we're very strong and we're going to stop you. And we are very cool and very, very good and you are not. What are you talking about, bro?
Which are produced in Iran.
So your side is ready for a long war if the
Listen.
United States and Israel choose that. Do you consider this an existential threat to the Islamic Republic?
It is an existential threat to the Islamic Republic, and therefore we have to stay with full might, as we are doing now.
Finally, what is your message to President Trump as we sit here, as the war is going on?
What is important for us?
Thanks for subscribing, Blue Chip. Good looking out, bro. Glad you like it, man. Good to have you, bro. Good to have you. Or girl. I don't know if you're a boy or girl. But any of you guys, you 700 people that are watching, feel free to subscribe if you're enjoying the show. Feel free to like. It's free. You can subscribe. No problem. I won't say nothing.
It's the end of this game. And we are ready to continue that game.
You mean how this war will end? Is for
the end of the game would be the time that American and Israelis would come to this understanding that this strategy is not working. And they have to stop their aggressions.
Is your side seeking, or will you seek?
So there's that. And then let's go. What was it? Was it this one?
Did you guys hear Elon Musk is thinking about buying MSNBC? It's up for sale. And Don Jr. tweeted at Elon Musk, "You should buy this." And Elon Musk said, "That's a great idea. How much is it?" And Don said, "It can't be much because it gets no viewers." So Elon is interested in buying MSNBC. We have, what's his name, David Ellison, who just bought CNN, which is a MAGA supporter. Elon is MAGA now. MAGA is taking over the media. It's about time because the Democrats have had the media for many years and done nothing but spread lies and misinformation for the last fucking 50 plus years. And now we're finally going to get some Republicans in the media that tell the truth and at least give both sides of the story, so you, the viewer, can decide what you want to believe instead of peddling nothing but lies and misinformation and fear-mongering, so you end up hating Donald Trump. The truth is getting ready to come out. We are in the accountability era, dude. It is awesome. It's great to be an American. It's great to live in the United States, and we are so lucky to have Donald Trump. Let's go, Elon. Get this deal done so we can own another media outlet. Let's go, Trump.
Wow, that is crazy. You guys really think that's going down? That is nuts. I love what he said. We're in the accountability era. I like that because it's very true. Lost Man says he's gonna subscribe so he can come back and tell me I told you so. It's all good, bro. You can subscribe. Good to have you, man. I'm down to go back and forth with you. That's the whole point of this thing. So let's see. What are you guys saying here? Thank God for Elon and X. Yeah, dude, he saved freedom of speech, bro. Honestly, he really did. He really did. All right. So what else we got here? What else we got? We got this. We got that. What do you guys think? I'm gonna get some control over media. God bless USA. Yeah, about time we get some control over media. Yeah, bro. It's out of control, bro. It is out of control, dude. It really is. All right, let's keep going. What else we got?
I don't care who you are. Trump knows how to make sure people know who daddy is.
Look at this. Trump sprays cologne on like the king of, I don't know, Syria or something. And then he tells him, here's one for your wife. And the guy says, oh, he goes, yeah, I don't know. How many wives do you have? He says, just one. He goes, well, I don't know. With you guys, I don't know how many wives you have. Look at what he says, bro. Look at this.
Men's fragrance. This is the president of Syria.
This is no. It's the best fragrance. Come here, man.
I have one here, sir.
Okay. So what we'll do is just take that, Joe, put it in, and then the other one is for your wife. How many wives? You guys, I never know.
He goes, how many wives? One? He goes, yeah, just one. Then they start laughing. He goes, oh, well, you guys, I never know. Fucking Trump, bro. Trump, dude, is incredible. Just like when Bobby Kennedy sneezed next to him and he goes, oh, shoot, I think I got COVID right there.
It's not politically correct. I'll be very badly criticized for saying it, but I'm here to tell the truth. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. And
that's I'm going to stop because of the music. But yeah, he unfortunately is the only person that will come and tell us the truth, whether we like it or not. And it's an incredible thing. So I got a lot of stuff saved here. It's going to take a lot. Wow, look at this color. Love that color of that Porsche. All right, so we got a lot to go through here. Oh, here.
The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead. The United States launched a targeted operation against that compound.
They did a lot of shooting, and they did a lot of blasting, even not going through the front door. You know, you think you go through the door. If you're a normal person, you say knock, knock.
What is, imagine, bro. I love Trump, bro. He's explaining to us how they took al-Baghdadi. He goes, oh, you would think you go through the front door. But we did, we did. Oh my God, bro. Who is this guy? We don't deserve Donald Trump, bro. We honestly don't deserve him, bro. You think you go through the front door? It's like, bro, how are you so funny?
After a firefight, they killed Osama bin Laden and took custody of his body.
He died like a dog.
Does not mark the end of our effort.
Beautiful dog.
We give thanks for the men who carried out this operation.
And I don't get any credit for this, but that's okay. I never do.
I love it.
May God bless you. And may God bless the United States of America.
And I'm writing a book.
The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden.
Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead.
The United States launched a targeted operation
right here.
against that compound.
They did a lot of shooting, and they did a lot of blasting, even not going through the front door. You know, you think you go through the door. If you're a normal person, you say, knock, knock, may I come in?
After a firefight.
Why does it? Normal person, you go through the front door. What is he doing, bro? It's so good. It's so freaking good, man. Oh man, it's so good. It's so good. Oh God, it's just wonderful to have such a great president. Let's listen to him. This was him live today.
To say, and we'll be heading back to Washington, D.C. right after this. And I'd like to wish everyone a very good evening. And over the weekend, the United States military and the Israeli Defense Forces continued Operation Epic Fury very successfully. Over the past 9 days, we've carried out some of the most powerful and complex military strikes and maneuvers the world has ever seen. Now, you add that up to all of the other things, Midnight Hammer.
So Birdie is loving my love for Trump. He says, our host pictures Trump when making love to his wife. Babe, did you hear that? Are you okay with that? You're not okay with that? Oh, shoot. I guess I can't do it anymore. Oh, man. Okay. 10-4.
Getting rid of the nuclear threat from Iran, which was a big moment in history, in my opinion, and the great success we've had in Venezuela and all other places. Every place we've gone, we've had tremendous success. But while we're doing all of these things, we're achieving major strides toward completing our military objective. And some people could say they're pretty well complete. We've wiped every single force in Iran out very completely. Most of Iran's naval power has been sunk. It's on the bottom of the sea. It's almost 50 ships. I was just notified it's 51 ships. I didn't know they had that many. Didn't last very long. And these are fighting vessels. They're meant to fight, but they're not meant to fight against us. We continue to target Iran's drone and missile capabilities. Their drones are way down. Their drone manufacturing's been hit starting today. We know all of the places they manufacture the drones, and they're being hit one after another. Their missile capability is...
Bye-bye, Purdy. I just launched him. He's gone. Gone. He's gone, bro.
down to about 10%, maybe less. We're also hitting where they make missiles and where they deliver missiles. We've struck over 5,000 targets to date, some of them very major targets, and we've left some of the most important targets for later in case we need to do it. If we hit them, it's going to take many years for them to be rebuilt, having to do with electricity production and many other things. So we're not looking to do that if we don't have to. But they're the kind of things that are very easy to hit, but very devastating if they are hit. We are waiting to see what happens before we hit them. We could take them all out in one day, but it's all resulting in a 90% decline in various things, but in particular, Iranian missile launchers and 83% drop in drone launchers. As you know, the drone launchers are pretty well shot, but we're at over 90% decline in the Iranian missile launchers, which is very hard to reproduce and very hard to get. And usually what we were able to do through great equipment, a lot of smart people, as soon as they sent a missile up from a launcher, we were able to knock out that launcher within a period of 5 minutes or less. Accurate.
That's crazy. That is nuts. He says as soon as they launch a missile, we can knock out that missile launcher, the thing that launched that missile, within 5 minutes or less. That's wild.
Right on the noggin. So now we have low-cost interceptors effectively combating Iranian drones, and our B-2 bombers recently dropped dozens of 2,000-pound bombs to destroy missile launchers all over Iran and buried deep under Iranian soil in many cases. The soil was no match. And we're also annihilating the manufacturing base that the regime uses to build drones and missiles at a rate that nobody thought was possible. We're knocking them out. We know where they all are. We're knocking them out very quickly. We're ahead of our initial timeline by a lot. I would say that we probably would not have thought after a month we'd be here. In addition to the fact that we've taken out the leadership twice and maybe 3 times. And we, as you know, we want to be involved. We don't want another president that maybe wouldn't be willing to do what I'm willing to do for the good of the world, for the good of our nation, to be stuck with the situation in 5 years or 10 years from now. So we think they should put a president in or the head of the country in that's going to be able to do something peacefully for a change. They've been doing this for 47 years, killing people for 47 years, whether it's the barracks or even the SS Cole where they were involved. Very strongly, they always denied it. But where they were very strongly involved in all of the people that died through the roadside bombs, died and are right now walking around with no legs, no arms, a face that's been so badly damaged.
Someone said to me that Trump said that he wanted a leader, someone to lead Iran that is from within Iran. But he didn't say that. So again, this is like, I think another person, another Iranian that's on the left that listens to CNN and MSNBC still. So let me see if this is true. Hold on. I want to do a quick search here. So give me 1 second. Okay, let me see here. Taking out leadership. Let me see here. I don't see. Okay, you've said you had someone in mind, if not Ayatollah. Let me see if this is the area where he talks about it. Let's see here.
If not the Ayatollah's son, what are you looking for in that person? Are you looking at someone internal, given that you just said that their leadership has been
I
decimated
like the
and
idea
wiped
of, internal and eternal, come to think of it. But I like the idea of internal because it works well. I mean, I think we've proven that so far in Venezuela.
Did he say eternal?
As well as it works well. I mean, I think the idea of internal because it works well. I mean, I think we've proven that so far in Venezuela. We have a woman, Delcy, who has been, president of the country, very respected, she's doing a great job. And it's, no disruption. We had, as you remember, Iraq, where everybody got fired. The military.
I have someone on Instagram, Swan, says, we Iranian people are happy with this war. God bless America. Absolutely. Just want you guys to know how Iranians actually feel. Iranians want this.
Got fired. The police got fired. The politicians got fired. There was nobody. And you know what they turned into? ISIS. And we don't want that. We don't want that. So...
Paris says he did say that, which means Reza Pahlavi. That's what people are, I think, coming to me right now and saying, hey, Medi, he said someone from inside Iran, but what about Pahlavi? And I think that's what he means because Pahlavi is from Iran. He's an actual Iranian. He's a real Iranian. Not only born and raised there, he's the son of the prior king of Iran. He's in the bloodline in that sense. So I think he means Pahlavi. I agree with that he means Pahlavi.
I would like to see people that are inside go. Now they talk about the son of the
eternal. Yeah. Oh, he's saying son of the Shah.
They talk about other people, but hasn't been there in many, many years. We have a formula that's been very good.
Let me see. Hold on.
So I would like to see people that are inside go. Now they talk about the son of the Shah. They talk about other people, but hasn't been there in many, many years. We have a formula that's been very good so far, and I think it'll continue to be good. The relationship is extraordinary with Venezuela, smart country. We've taken out 100 million barrels of oil. It's right now in Houston being taken care of and made so beautiful. And you have to see this at work. They have it's brought to the refineries. It's being refined in Houston, which is made exactly for that product. And so far, but it's 100 million barrels of oil, and now they have another 100 million barrels coming. And it's like a partnership. We're getting along so well with them. It's great for Venezuela, and it's great for the United States. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hi, Mr. President. You just suggested that Iran somehow got its hands on a tomahawk and bombed its own elementary school on the first day of the war. But you're the only person in your government saying this. Even your defense secretary wouldn't say that when he was asked, standing over your shoulder on your plane on Saturday. Why are you the only person saying this?
Because I just don't know enough about it. I think it's something that I was told is under investigation. But tomahawks are used by others, as you know. Numerous other nations have tomahawks. They buy them from us. But I will certainly, whatever the report shows, I'm willing to live with that report. Yeah, please.
You said earlier that we've already won in many ways, but we haven't won enough. What do you consider enough? What's your baseline?
Where they're not going to be starting the following day to develop a nuclear weapon. Where they'll look at that man and some other people from the administration and say, all right, we're not going to do it. They were not willing to say that. And when Steve called up and he said that to me, I said, well, here we go. Let's do it the hard way. But the hard way, I think, is probably the easy way. When basically I can see that they will no longer have any capacity whatsoever for a very long period of time of developing weaponry that could be used against the United States, Israel, or any of our allies. We have great allies in the Middle East, great countries that are allies. And they were staying out of it until they got hit. Someday they'll have to do a story. Why did he do that? Why did they do that? But they were going to hit them. If I didn't hit them first, they were going to hit our allies first. I believe, upon information and belief, but I believe that he was going to, they were going to take over the Middle East. They were looking to take over the Middle East. Now, had Operation Midnight Hammer not taken place, that was definite, because they would have had a nuclear weapon within a matter of weeks. But that took place. That was a setback. But look at the number of missiles they were able to buy and make over the last 6 months. And those missiles were aimed at various countries. And when you look at over 1,000 missiles shot at like UAE, they were looking to take over the Middle East. We got there first. We're lucky. I'll tell you what, the Middle East and those countries, very rich countries, are very lucky that I was president instead of somebody else.
And your vice president when it comes to U.S. action in Iran?
I don't think so, no. No, we get along very well on this. He was, I would say, philosophically a little bit different than me. I think he was maybe less enthusiastic about going, but he was quite enthusiastic. But I felt it was something we had to do. I didn't feel we had a choice. If we didn't do it, they would have done it to us. I felt, based on the negotiations that were being had by Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner and Marco and Pete and everybody was involved, I felt that they were looking to tap us along before they hit, and I thought they were going to hit. And if they hit us first, that would have been a very bad thing.
Miss Medication, can you warm up my pork chop, please? Thank you.
In the back, please. In the back.
Yeah, like slowly warm it up, yeah.
About the Strait, you mean? Yeah, well, I want to keep it open. I want to keep it good. You know, it doesn't pertain to us so much as it does to China. We're really helping China here and other countries because they get a lot of their energy from the Straits. But, hey, look, we have a good relationship with China. It's my honor to do it. Yeah.
Leader, you have called him an unacceptable choice. So does he have a target on his back? And how can you say
I don't want to say whether or not he does because that would be inappropriate. But, hey, look, I had a target on my back.
Oh, yeah, someone just brought it up. We got 17,777, now 17,778 subs on YouTube. It's right there. We just hit 1778. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for subscribing.
Because, as you people wrote pretty well, they caught the assassin that was after me. So we just got them first, but they caught the assassin. They have him now in custody.
That's another thing that you guys don't understand. They've been trying to go after presidents of the United States. They've been going after Americans on American soil. And it goes on and on and on. They'd been sponsoring terror throughout the world and mostly against us and Israel.
Was after me. So, but people don't like to mention that, but they did catch him. And I'd like to congratulate our military, Secret Service, FBI, all of them.
Oh yeah, pork chop, baby, all day long. I just did a pork chop, and I'm having the second half of it. Dude, they do a massive pork chop where I get them.
Are you talking about somebody else's cooking?
No.
That's what I thought.
What are you saying? You trying to come on the live? If you're gonna come on, then come on.
I'm gonna come another day.
All right, then
Once
leave
a
us.
week I'm coming.
Then leave us alone. Let us do our
The
live.
people that worked on that, but they did. Yeah.
What? Yeah, bro. I love pork chop, bro. I'm not obviously we're not down with Islam, bro. We don't do that. We don't do that here.
Please. Go ahead. No, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. You promised the Iranian people you would help them, but it sounds like you're willing to end this fight after your military objectives have wrapped up. Isn't that a betrayal of the
Will
people?
I help them? I'd like to, if they can behave. But they've been very menacing. They're great people. They have an amazing population. It's amazing, smart, brilliant, energetic. They have a great point. I'd love to help them, but they have to be in a system that allows them to be helped. And right now, they're in a system that only allows failure. And I don't want that. And I want a system that's not going to be attacking us. We want a system that can lead to many years of peace. And if we can't have that, we might as well get it over with right now. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, as of today,
Guys, I'm going to say something that here's the thing. I, no joke, think that I think it may not be a bad idea. Now follow me here. If we made Iran one of the United States. Can you imagine if Iran became our 51st state? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Instantly, it'll be a safer country. Instantly, we'll be, dialed in with, the U.S. dollar and U.S. investing and all this kind of stuff. It'd be pretty crazy. I know I'm talking crazy now, obviously, but dude, it would still be Iran, still be everything it is, keep its culture, keep everything about it, all that stuff, have Iranian leaders, all that stuff. But just have like an instant, westernization. That'd be pretty nuts. That's what I haven't thought it through, but I think it would work. I think it would work. Harry says maybe not a state, but a territory would be cool. Let me see what you guys are saying here, bro, in the chat. Yes, you're talking crazy, so forget about it. No. It won't be Iran. Trust and believe Iran will be on the petrodollar, US based, and we won't let that happen. Losers in society make shit lush, blah, 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 blah. Nice try, trigger. Nice. Okay, let's see. A U.S. territory would make sense given our geopolitical interest there. Yes, I agree with that. We have a lot of geopolitical interest there. I would change it to Persia instead of Iran. That would be great. Solution, actual freedom for the people. Not crazy. Half of Canada wants to be part of the United States. Yeah, that is true. Canadians will fight you on that, but it's true. Iran will not bend to anyone. Stop talking crazy. Well, Iran has been bending to Islam for 50 years. You guys sat around, let Islam take over for 50 years, bro. So that was a pretty bad move. So obviously Iran will bend the knee, but only to Islam, not to America. I don't know. We'll have to debate that. I still want Greenland. I do too. Worst president ever. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Someone says it's the worst president ever. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
You are a Trump hater and you are a beta male.
You are a Trump hater and you are a beta male.
Iran is going to bend the will of their own people soon. We already have Tehrangeles and Los Angeles. You're right, bro. Los Tehrangeles. Yep. Lived in Tehran under the Shah. There was a revolution. Wow, right on. Who said that? Richard. Richard said, I lived in Tehran under the Shah. Was there for revolution in 79. That's crazy, bro. Crazy. We will keep fighting against Islam too. Man, the bots are strong tonight. I know, bro. Bots are kicking tonight, bro. It's going nuts. Okay, I think we're good. I think I'm gonna cut it on that note of what if, and you guys can all think about this. What if we made Iran one of the United States? Something to think about. Anyway, guys, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the chat. My favorite part is the chat. I love you guys. Thanks for chatting with me, and it was good talking tonight with you guys. Good night, Aquariums. Good night, Hans. Good night, Paris, Hugh. I don't know if Jen is still there, Min, and Bill, and everybody. Thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. Sabrina and everybody else on Instagram. Appreciate you guys. Kylo Red says the civilization and cultural identity are stronger and more valuable than being absorbed politically into another country. I think it's so strong that even if we were one of the United States, we would still be totally Persian or Iranian. I always say I or we. I'm American first, and I'm also Iranian, and I talk about both as what I'm part of. That's how it is. But anyway, guys, that was really good. Leave you guys with that thought. What if we made Iran one of the United States? Thank you again, guys. Love you guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye.